so loud.
That was insanely loud.
I turned myself up.
All right. Well, I'm here for it. I can hear you now.
Yay.
Yay. Jade's volume is up. That's probably a critique on us. We talk really quietly sometimes.
You seem to be good. You have mastered your volume mix and how loud to talk. I have not. I always turn myself up.
I've watched
post.
Singers and how they approach the
mic, yeah.
the mic. So when you want to be like, you drag it away so you're not like,
I just
killing
don't
people.
Eat the mic, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't eat the mic, but you got to enunciate your words a little bit. Anyways, I'm Aaron.
I'm Jade.
This is Unapologetic Introverts, and we are episode 39.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's insane.
We are 11 episodes away from peanut butter.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that promise. It's on its way. That's what,
Honestly,
11 weeks?
Yeah.
New Year's.
Hopefully Canada Post is done by then.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I would like that peanut butter. It will go bad in the mail.
You think it'll go bad?
Probably.
I think it's like pure sugar, so I don't think it'll go bad.
Yeah.
It'll probably freeze.
Fair.
I think it'd be fine.
Fair.
I think it'll preserve itself on the back of a truck.
Freaking speaking of mail, my Hosier album shipped.
Oh, no.
My 3 vinyl album.
And it's shipped Canada Post.
No, it's coming from the States, so I'm hoping that it UPS delivers it or something.
It'll probably swap to Pure later because Canada Post owns Pure later.
No. So that shipped. The Sleep Token comic, I think I saw something on Twitter. They were hoping to release them this past week, starting with tier 1 and then 2 and 3 and 4, I think. But I don't think they've even gotten them printed yet. So I'm just patiently waiting. I'm I ordered that in August, but when it comes, it comes. It'll be a fun surprise. Then I also ordered another Halsey t-shirt, and I don't know how that's going to come because I think it came Canada Post last time.
Oh, shit. I'm so excited for your book, and as I keep getting deeper into the Sleep Token.
Oh, you're just going to come over one day. We're going to go through it
I
whenever
kind of also
it gets here.
regret not getting one.
I don't
Sorry,
think
I
they're
was
sold
talking
out.
from distance. Trying to clean my glasses and talk at the same time.
I don't think they're sold out. I think you can still get some, a tier of it.
$90.
Yeah. It was the shipping that really pushed it up.
That's usually the problem, though, because it's coming from across
Also, my
the
Halsey
planet.
stuff, this has nothing to do with anything on our list.
It's fine.
Remember how I was oh, my vinyl's coming, but there was no tax, and I'm afraid I'm going to pay duties. When it shipped, it broke down the receipt in my shop app, and the tax was included in my price.
Yes. Okay, that's why I thought it would be as expensive as it was, because I was there's no way they didn't just.
Yeah, I was this is weird. I've never seen that happen. But then also I think the Hosier album did that too.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that because recently I believe there was a man who started to sue UPS for trying to charge him duties and taxes because technically we don't have contracts with UPS, right? Our obligation is to pay the government. Yeah. So UPS was trying to act as a government body, and it's actually illegal. So you can actually hand them the bill back and be I'm not paying for this.
Actually, no. So we went through this together via text when I was oh my God, Aaron, which shipping thing do I choose for the album? I included duties and taxes in that one, but my Sleep Token comic graphic novel thing, it was the same as my Halsey vinyl. It was just flat. So I feel the tax is probably included in that. And it's a book, so. Yeah,
it's book tax is only 5%, so you shouldn't be paying too much for that.
So, I mean, other than that, I don't have anything else in the mail that I know of.
I can't remember.
Which sucks.
Sometimes I just order stuff and I'm shit, was that in Canada Post? We'll find out when it gets here eventually. Yeah. Nothing was a rush.
We're going to start off the episode by saying that I truly thought I scared Cherry Blossom away the last time I mentioned them because they've been gone for a couple episodes.
Oh no.
But they came back. We have they commented 4 times on one of the YouTube ones the other day, and I woke up to everything and I was oh my God, you're back. First of all, Cherry Blossom is correct. I did that correct. They would like to say, I'm not going to read them all, but where's the one? So on Spang Who.
Oh gosh.
Me when I'm a wascally wabbit every day of my life. Great episode as always, girlies. howling at y'all going through the synopsis of the books. I love corny romance so much. You're making fun of me and I'm here for it.
Don't worry, we love corny romance too.
They love our tattoos. They love the background cat ASMR.
Yes.
Where is it? They would like Jesus is a witch. They would like that as a top, just FYI.
Okay. Guess we'll have to design merch now.
Yeah, and then something about keeping them company on night shift, which I was like, oh, cute.
Yay.
I did respond to 2 comments. Oh, yeah. Where did they go? Because Google led me astray. I said guy because it said guy. She goes, or they go, oh, Jade, you have to pronounce the L. I was like, Google lied to me.
Google is a crutch. But we stan what did you call them? Night shift workers. Yes. Support behind them, you know. It's a tough job. I would hate it. I need daylight.
You just added Tesla. Why did you just add Tesla?
Because on my way here, and this is why I added it, I saw the Tesla truck thing.
There is one in town.
The Cybertruck.
Uh-huh.
What an ugly piece of shit.
Literally.
It's so awful.
And to drive it in the north where their I was going to call it a high beam. Their headlight is inset, so it gets full of snow as they're driving. That's really safe. Thanks, Elon.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it and I thought, oh, it's the new, because I saw it from a distance. I was like, oh, it's probably like the new Volkswagen, because the new Volkswagen has the beam across. The beam across.
That's
and then
like a thing now.
There's also like a Chevrolet that has it. I don't know which car it is, but I saw one of those today and I thought, oh, it's probably the new Volkswagen, which I actually don't mind. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I noticed it was missing the emblem. And as it got closer, I'm like, no, that thing's like a pixel on wheels. What the fuck?
It's stupid.
So ugly. So ugly. And it already looked like it was rusting on the sides. I don't even know.
Probably because it's electric and the batteries are in the bottom. You can't undercoat them.
It's going to get salty. Stupid.
Also,
Absolutely
like,
stupid.
you have nowhere, like, there's Tesla chargers at the mall, but, like, between here and Toronto, I bet you there's, like, some in Oshawa, maybe, and that's it.
Oh, there's some at some at some of the Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have to use adapters or something, but I'm sure that's another $5,000 or something stupid.
And, like, I'm sorry. My sedan can go longer than your electric piece of trash.
I wouldn't trust a fully electric vehicle.
I know. I would get a hybrid.
Hybrids are great.
Yeah.
We borrowed one when my mom's car was getting fixed, and it was like, this thing did like 900 kilometers on one tank.
Yeah, they're great.
I was like, what is this?
You gotta get used to the regenerative braking too. My mom's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, some people like it set really high. So as soon as you take your foot off the gas, you
yeah, you're like, what? It's like, what is going on?
No, thank you.
No. So that's why there's Tesla written down, because I saw the what is it called? The Cybertruck,
yeah.
Which is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
The name is stupid. It's a pixel on wheels, like a deformed pixel.
I don't mind the look of like normal Teslas and the ones that have like the seagull wings.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna call it. They look like cars.
They look like slightly rounded off Pontiac Sunfires, which are like death on wheels essentially.
They are fun. The Tesla 3 is fun to drive.
Oh, you got to drive one. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. Especially like because it's got like that thing. It had the autopilot. I didn't turn it on, but so you could see like everything, and it had like trash cans and like everything around it.
Weird.
Just like blocks on the map. It was cool. They're fun. Don't get me wrong. I didn't know how to get out of the car though.
It trapped me. I can't leave.
There's like not a door handle. I was like, and it's like to open like the glove compartment. I was like, there's no handle. How do we do this?
Listen, like my car is a 2014 and it took me probably 2 or 3 weeks to figure out how to lock the doors, because there was no, most cars have like the little lock switches on the doors, right?
Like a button?
Like a button to say like, I'm going to lock this door. I'm going to lock the whole entire car.
Outside, inside, sorry.
Inside.
Okay.
You know, on like the door, like
Yeah,
the
where
wings
your
of the door.
window are.
Yeah, where your window
Yeah.
switches are. There's usually a thing that's like,
Yes.
yeah, mine is not in the Fiat. No, mine is in the center console. There's one button that locks the whole entire car. It took me like 2 weeks to figure out where the heck this button was to lock my car. Yeah, it was pretty funny though.
Oh God.
I was like, how do I unlock my car? My mom's standing at the door trying to, pull the door handle. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know how to unlock. I'm looking down at the door where the window switch is. I'm like, there's no unlock. How do I unlock my car? Or am I just stuck in here forever?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, wrapped.
Like I said, our numbers are small, but they were so fun to go through.
It's cute.
We have more than 11 fans, but we have 11 top fans, which means 11 people. We are their number one podcast.
Aww.
Which I thought was adorable. Top country, of course, is Canada. Our average rating is 5.
Yes, with our 1 rating.
No, we have like probably 10.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We have like at least 4. I think we have 5 on Spotify and like 4 on Apple.
Oh, look at that. You know all the stats. I'm glad you're taking care of it.
Our top episode is our first episode, and I would like to say that's probably a good thing.
Yeah. I think, like 63?
Yeah.
Maybe 70 by now?
18
Which is cool.
to 24 age-wise is 17% of our listeners.
Doesn't surprise me.
Most of our listeners are 25 to 29 at 28%. 21% are 30 to 34. 15% are 35 to 44. 6% are 45 to 54.
And then we're capturing the seniors.
And then 13% are 55 plus.
That's 13%.
That's crazy.
What?
It's like, that was like a wide range.
Seriously, we're loved by everyone.
But we have listeners in 9 countries.
Damn.
I mean, according to Spotify, I think this is like everything, or if this one's just Spotify, I don't know.
I don't know what the stats are here.
But our creator personality is storyteller, and I would just like to say that ladies in tandems are also storytellers.
Oh, we're twinning.
I think a lot of podcasts are storytellers this year, but it was cool.
I mean, yeah.
That's kind of the point of a podcast.
That's the podcast, yeah. Other than that, our regular Wrapped is people are losing their minds.
I know.
About it not having as many statistics.
I didn't even notice until people started pointing it out, and then I went back and watched my other ones. But I think the design of this one is good. Mm-hmm. The one last year was okay. The year before that was weird.
Yeah.
And you know what? I didn't listen to as much music as I normally do. I only had 63,000. You beat me.
69,000.
That's what I had last year.
Yeah. I don't even know what I had last year.
I record them every year because it's so fun. And then I send them to you, and it's like a 4-minute video in our messages.
Yeah, and my phone's like, you need to remove this because it's taking up too much space and we can't update our OS.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to throw you across the room. Why do I pay for this extra cloud space if you have to take up so much space? Anyways, I'm pretty sure I deleted mine because that was a problem.
They're so fun to watch. They bring me, and everyone's like, oh, why you share your rap? Because it's fun, and I want to know what people are listening to.
You know what? I pay for this service. F you. I'm going to share my fun. It's nice to get a full stat. Apparently, my cousin did find an app, though, that will give you your monthly statistics.
Oh.
On a little receipt paper.
That's cute. Oh, I have seen those.
Yeah. She's stoked about that because her Wrapped was like, what's happening? She was not happy about it.
I did see people being like, I never listened to this song. Yeah. I'm like, well, I feel like you probably did. Like everyone, all the people that I showed at work were like, oh my God, Taylor Swift's your number 2. I'm like, I'm honestly genuinely not surprised because I listened to a lot of Taylor Swift this year with all the book playlists.
Yeah.
Like I knew she was going to be in there. It was the same thing last year.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, she beat Halsey. I'm like, well, Halsey's album didn't come out until October and they stopped listening 31 days later, and her album they stopped listening on Halloween, I think, and her album came out on the 27th. Like, what did you want me to do?
Yeah.
She's still number 3.
Yeah. Oh, so who's your message?
Who's my message? It was Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Mine was Noah Khan.
You can go in and look at all of your artists who messaged you. So, yes, I did get Noah.
That's cool. I love Noah's message. Why are you listening to this? You have problems.
I got one from Hosier because I think he was number 5. But surprise, surprise, both of our top are Sleep Token.
Why no message? Vessel.
I know. Sydney was like, "Oh, you got a thing from Taylor Swift and not from Sleep Token." I was like, "Yeah, never."
They don't speak.
They don't speak.
It's fine.
Well, he did yell at the crowd.
He did. I watched that. I was impressed. They do occasionally yell at the crowd.
It's mostly three, but
Three.
it was surprising to see Vessel yell.
I think 2 yelled once and was like,
yeah.
"What the? Why aren't you people moving? You paid a lot to be here."
It was just, I've been dying on Twitter seeing everything of them wrap up their tour. They've had so much fun in the ending, and like he took out his in-ears to list, like, and then he's smiling in the photo.
They're so smiley, and I love how what is it? Is it
4? 2. 2's the drummer, right?
2's the drummer.
2's the shortest.
I think it was 4 who's standing there like ramrod straight,
Yeah.
and they're all so tall, like ridiculously tall.
They just look like they had so much fun, and like they closed it with the O2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was so nice. And did you see that on the Manchester coin? They were all on the coin.
Yeah.
Oh, I want a coin.
And they all glow in the dark.
I know. I was really tempted to order one of those coins. I
We
was
need
like,
to make one for Canada if they ever come back.
Yeah, if they come back, we're going again.
Yes, of course.
It'll be so fun.
Don't care if I have to blow the budget for that one. I'm freaking going.
Yep.
Poll update.
Yeah. 2 people also love enemies to lovers for their romance type.
Who
Just
doesn't?
saying.
I'm just saying it's some tension. It's some loving going on. You hate them. Hate them so much you love them.
Yeah.
And then it's just a cute little love story after that.
Yeah. Speaking of books, I have read 2 3/4 since we saw each other last.
Oh, wow.
Jeez. So I read.
That was last week.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you sleep? What the hell? You're like, you're not even blinking. Your teeth smiling and not blinking at me. This is kind of freaky.
Well, I got sick, so then Monday I was off sick. Literally didn't have energy until 2 p.m. So like was just like in the chair.
Oh, right. I forgot
So
you had a whole day off to do reading.
I read a book that afternoon, so I read Reckless.
Nice.
I
Good. I don't know what that was.
I thought it was like you breathing for a minute. I was like, get away from the mic. So I read Reckless. It was so good. Oh my God.
Reckless.
Yes.
I think I have that one on my
So Powerless, Reckless,
Kindle.
and then it's going to be Fearless, which isn't out yet. And I do have hardcover, so when it comes out, I can get it.
I think I was looking at buying the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Fearless
was,
is
but I was
out
going to
in
wait.
April.
Because I already have so many books to read.
10 out of 10. Like, much more fantasy than, like, it is romance, but like, kind of like, not that you've read Throne of Glass yet, kind of like Throne of Glass and Akatar, even like
Yeah.
powerful badass woman,
We
like
love
fighting and stuff like that, and just so good. And so the second book, you get this like slower in the first book, and then like shit goes down, and then it's like more shit is happening.
Damn.
But then like stuff happens, and then there's a twist at the end, and I was like, I'm gonna throw this book. And I would like to say I'm severely angry because I have the indigo version of both of them.
Mm-hmm.
The Powerless is the same purple, but it just had like an extended like chapter or whatever.
I think I've seen it, yeah.
Reckless is blue for indigo. I liked it better than the red.
I've seen the red one. I haven't seen the blue one.
It's very pretty. Fearless, the indigo version, they keep the pink flowers, which I'm like down for. It has exclusive like bonus content. They've changed the font to be bright red instead of just like silver. I'm like, seriously?
Oh boy.
Seriously? Why? This is ugly. I get it. It's blood. There's like blood on a crown, but I'm like, oh, I want the extra content, but I want the normal font.
Darn it. The pains of being a designer.
I'm like, why? I was like scrolling through her posts. I was like, oh, cool. Why? I got to like Barnes and Noble, and I was like, no. So I'm very excited for that. And then when I was Christmas shopping, I bought myself, I think it's pronounced Caravel. I was seeing it and reading Carnival the whole time.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's Caravel, which it came out like 5 years ago. I did not even realize this.
Apparently it's good.
It is so good.
I read some of the quick reviews on Amazon because
So
you're like,
good.
this is good, and I'm like, okay, I need more
And
books
it's
to read.
cheap. And it's cheap. It was on sale. It's like regular like $15. It was on sale for 10. The other
Yeah.
ones are like 20.
Yeah.
And then there's the like holiday novella just came out, which it came out in hardcover only, and I have the paperback, so I'm gonna just chill on that. But I want the other ones, so I'll probably get those after Christmas. But it's so good.
Okay, it's on my list.
And it reminds me, not that I have read through all of Night Circus, but kind of that vibe. That's what I kept thinking. But I was like, oh, this is 5 years old. Where has this been? Thank you, TikTok.
Yep. TikTok. Book talk. Right?
Thank you, Book Talk. But yeah. And then
Always
last
coming up
night,
with good stuff.
I got bored, but I didn't want to start Fourth Wing yet because I'm not close enough to Christmas that if I don't get Iron Flame, I can just go get it, or if I get it, I can just read it. Belching. So I started rereading and literally got 3/4 of the way through Hook, Line, and Sinker. So I think it's been long enough. I forget this storyline.
Let's just read this again.
Yeah, so I did.
Yeah, so you've read, yeah. Oh, I started another book.
What book?
It's called,
Something.
where did I have it here? It's called Heel of Achilles, I think. No, that's not right. Nope, that's definitely not right. Song of Achilles. Sorry, I'm thinking.
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I've seen that before on TikTok.
It's an older book. It's good. It's really good. It's about the story of Achilles and
Throne of Glass is old.
Yeah.
What is the story of Achilles? Like, he's got the spot on his heel, right? That's the only way to kill him. Is that the whole thing, or is that just something Hercules
I honestly
added?
don't know yet. We'll find out. I know it's a love story, and obviously the ending story of Achilles is that he dies.
Yeah.
At like 27 or something. So it's the love story that comes together before then. And then it's just a tragic death.
You know.
Yeah.
Spice it up.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. I've already read like a quarter of it.
Oh, and I bought a
one
book
go.
today.
It's not that long. So
That's good.
which one did you buy?
My Neighbor Stole Christmas, or How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn.
Yes.
I kept seeing it on TikTok, and then a girl I follow on YouTube was doing like a book club, and they were deciding, like, voting on what to vote, like, get. I voted for My December Darling by Lauren Asher, but they're reading that, so I just keep seeing stuff, and I was like, oh, whatever. And we were walking through Walmart, and it was literally only copy, and it was like 30% off, and I was like, well, sure.
Mine.
Read the back of it, and I was like, you guys hate each other. You're not gonna hate each other in the book. Cool.
Cool.
Sounds good. Nice
That'll give you
Christmas
something to read. Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the tiny
It's
break.
a thick book.
How long do you get for a break?
Just
a week?
We get a week, and then I took the extra 2 days, so I have 2 weeks.
Nice.
Hence why I'm coming with you to get a tattoo.
Yes. I'm stoked.
Still need to message Katie. I should do that this week.
You should. Yeah. Get on that.
Bribe her with a donut.
Flipping to reality and news.
I did see something about this on TikTok and then quickly went, nope, Erin's going to tell me everything.
Yep. So, missing hiker was found alive in BC after 50 days.
50?
Yes, in the northeast BC woods.
How did you not get eaten by a wolf
This is
or
exactly it.
a bear?
Sam Benestick spent almost more than 50 days in the remote wilderness.
Oh my God.
So I think he's been released now as of November 29th. He's 20 years old.
He's a baby.
He was a baby. And he went missing, reported missing on October 17th. He was supposed to be gone on a 10-day fishing trip.
Alone?
So I guess he was alone.
Red flag.
Yeah, people were calling this an absolute miracle of survival.
Oh, yeah.
Insane. He survived more than 5 weeks in the remote provincial park. And this is like snow is falling. Temperatures are below -20 Celsius.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was reported missing after failing to return home on October 17th from a 10-day fishing and camping trip. And then he was reportedly found on a service road Tuesday morning of whenever this was posted. This was a couple weeks ago. So
Damn.
November 26th. So that was a couple weeks ago. But yeah.
50 days.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
He was supporting himself with 2 walking sticks, and he had a cut up sleeping bag wrapped around his legs to keep warm.
So he was moving. I thought the whole thing is if you get lost, you don't move.
Well, apparently he was trying to find the road.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah.
I need more details. Was he alone? Why was he alone? This is a red flag. Who let the 20-year-old go into the woods by themselves to fish?
Benestick had been found through family, which is awesome. I'm glad they were able to find him. That must have been such a relief.
Oh.
50 freaking days. You would just assume at that point.
Yeah.
Probably
something's
dead,
eaten him.
right?
He's fallen and injured himself or froze to death.
Yeah, so this is insane. So the including the planned 10-day duration of his camping trip, he was in the wild for a total of 50 days. So only 40 of those days were just hell.
Yeah.
It's fine. The first 10 were okay.
Yeah.
And this is what someone says. The guy says he's in rough shape, but man, for 50 days out in that cold, he's going to live, which is great. Yeah. So that was by Mike Reed, and Reed said he had spoken to the people who found Benestick and Benestick's parents, who had stayed at his inn for more than 20 days in October while they were searching for him.
Wow.
After driving from Kamloops to Fort Nelson to be with her son, Benestick's mother posted a photo of him giving a thumbs up in the hospital.
I'm okay.
I'm okay. Thanks for finding me. No problem.
Oh.
I'm never going camping again. Thanks. Bye.
Oh
Ew,
my God.
that's awful. The only thing he complained about was he didn't catch a single fish.
This man's never going to go fishing again.
Nope. And apparently all that he really suffered from was a little bit of frostbite and a little bit of smoke inhalation from trying to stay warm.
Wow.
Yeah. So on October 7th, he set out for that 10-day camping trip in Redfern Keeley Park, which BC describes as having alpine tundras and impressive rocky mountain peaks.
Yay.
Visitors were warned that in the remote park, there is no potable drinking water, very few shelters, and a lot of dangers, including grizzly and black bears and rapidly changing temperatures.
Yikes.
Pretty insane.
Oh, and we went there to fish. We couldn't just go to a lake?
They already received over 50 centimeters of snow, and temperatures were already below -20. It's a massive search area. They spent obviously days, and 120 volunteers showed up to do that. It's nuts. Like I can't believe he was even found.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Apparently, though, he was smart. He was well equipped. He had packed warm gloves, a toque, rain gear, a hatchet, and a lot of peanut butter. So that was key to staying alive. Peanut butter.
Yeah.
Didn't go unprepared, his mom said.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, you can read more about that on cbc.ca. That's pretty awesome. I'm glad that he was found.
Me too, but oh my God.
Yeah, I think I would probably just die. But I don't go camping for that exact reason.
Tip, don't go alone.
Yeah. Why are you going alone?
Yeah. Who's letting a 20-year-old, let alone any year-old, go alone?
That's ambitious. Also, you should always have one of those Garmin things.
Yes.
To help you, satellite connect. And say, hey, this is my positioning.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, find me. Help.
Well, how do you even stay calm in that situation? Kudos to him. I would just freak the fuck out.
Yeah, no, I would have lost it. Probably eaten all of my peanut butter.
In one sitting. And then I'd be throwing up.
I'm going to die. Blah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the other thing in the news most recently is Australia is apparently banning social media for those under 16.
So I just want to know how they're going to do this.
No freaking clue. It's a law.
Oh.
It's a new law. So that means that I'm assuming Facebook would have to, not Facebook, I mean all of social media would have to comply with Australian law.
I thought they already had a thing where it was 14, right? So you just enter your age, but you can just pick a different year.
Well, I don't know. These kids can't do math, so
Maybe, well, the Australians might be smarter.
yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna give them credit. Yeah, probably. Yeah. No.
It'd be interesting to see how they implement it. I mean, I'm kind of here for it because social media is trash and it is very toxic. And
Yeah. Well, this article actually asks, leans towards, will Canada follow suit and do the same laws?
yeah, well, I mean, they've been complaining about it, and it's like, I understand you, like, it's on the kids, but like it's kind of also on the parents. Like, you
Yeah.
need to teach them growing up, one, how to respect people. Two, this is the internet. You don't post that you're home alone. You don't post your address. You don't post this. You don't post that.
You don't post naked pictures.
That too.
That stays on the internet forever.
Yeah, anything in the internet, including Snapchat, it, even if it disappears from you, it's somewhere.
It's in a server.
It's in a server
accessible.
somewhere.
It's on something. Anyway, I personally think it should be a thing here. I think it should be like 17. So people can actually experience like youth again. Because I feel like social media it pushes kids to be older
kids
all
are
the time.
So weird.
And they're getting
I'm so
into
weirded out nowadays.
Not that I'm not part of that group of teenagers and youngsters that went on to random like chat forums and was like talking to probably people who were like twice my age, if not freaking triple my age, and talking to complete strangers, and holy stranger danger. Why would anybody allow? And now that I look back on that, I'm like, I could have been like kidnapped. I was dumb. So I can agree with
kids don't know any better, right?
I can agree with trying to prevent that.
Yeah,
because it's so much more common now. People get so comfortable.
I mean, like, I think it was different when we were growing up, maybe because like not everyone had a phone, but you had a computer to be able to talk to your friends.
Yeah.
Now everyone has a phone. Do you really like? Also, do you need a Facebook? What are you posting on Facebook?
Yeah,
Facebook
nobody's
is for
posting
the
on
old
Facebook. It's just our elderly relatives
sharing chainmail.
Oh my god, it's never ending. Speaking of chainmail, today's theme is amazing. But you have a TikTok.
I do have a TikTok. I'm just gonna play it because I was gonna try and remember it, and then I was like, "You're gonna lose it in your likes. Just save it."
I was just giving you time now to pull up your TikTok.
I got it.
Yes.
So, this what? Sorry. Stop. Sorry. Cut. This is from. Stop. Stop playing. This is for. I'm just gonna say who it's from after.
Okay. What do you mean? The president-elect of the United States told the Prime Minister of Canada that he wants to annex us and turn us into the 51st state. What do you mean by that? What do you
mean? What do you mean? That's going to become a meme so
Sal
hard.
Curry says, "Hey, not to panic or whatever, but
not possible. Number one, we're a entirely different country."
Yeah. But I'm just like, can you shut up?
Like,
Mr. Trump, just shut up.
Oh, president-elect. Yes.
Give it a rest.
Get fucked. You're not taking over Canada. Like,
give it a rest.
We've been our own country for over 100 years.
If Quebec can't leave, you can't do anything.
Quebec can't leave. They wouldn't have enough exports to free. They got maple syrup. Like, how are y'all gonna survive? You'd just be begging the rest of Canada for money anyways. So, like, get over yourselves.
So I just thought that and giggled and was like, I'm gonna show that to Erin. It was just, what do you mean?
I'm gonna use that. What do you mean?
Okay.
God, that's annoying, but very satisfying at the same time.
Now, Erin, do you know a lot about gorillas?
The band or
no,
the animal?
The animal.
No.
I thought I was pretty well versed. How many species of gorilla do you think there are?
Gorilla?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a freaking clue.
I thought there was quite a few. There's 2.
Okay. Oh shit, I can't remember. What is it?
So there's eastern and northern, I think. And then there's like subspecies, whatever. We also share like 93-98% of our DNA with gorillas after, chimps and orangutans and bonobos.
Bonobos?
Yeah.
That's just fun to say.
I know. I couldn't pronounce it. It's fine. So that happened. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Then Then I learned silverbacks are not a species.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. The silverback gorilla.
Silverbacks are just male gorillas that mature. And I went, what?
Oh, this is like me in the chipmunk to squirrel mode.
What?
Remember how he's like,
No,
don't
it's not
chipmunks
what- oh,
evolve
chipmunk,
into
yeah.
squirrels?
I heard
That's-
chimpanzee, and I was like, what?
That's a problem with growing up with Pokemon.
But I was like, all of my mom and I had this revelation 2 nights ago.
Revelation.
Yep, that too. 2 nights ago. It just came out. She put on Animal Planet for the cats because they were being annoying. And it was some zoo program, but they were at Disney. Don't know which Disney. And they sadly had to put down one of their silverbacks. And then my mom was like, so they just euthanized this gorilla. They took it out of the thing, and now all these other gorillas, like, what happens? Like, where do they think he went? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then we like started wondering, like, okay, how many are like in a pack? And then I was like, well, they're silverbacks. No, all those are just dudes. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, they're probably celebrating then.
I was like, Mom, silverbacks aren't a species.
They're just dude gorillas.
They are dude gorillas who have sexually matured.
Interesting.
And I was like, where was this information? I grew up on Animal Planet.
Well, I learned something this evening.
I know. I was like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
So that was really fun. I also told Nat that the other day at work. She didn't know either. And I was like, okay, I feel way less stupid that I'm not the only person that thought this. So someone, if you're listening, Cherry Blossom, looking at you. Did you know that silverbacks aren't a species?
Silverbacks. I don't know.
I was so surprised.
What is even...
The shower.
What's in the shower today? In the shower.
Spiders.
Ew.
It's the worst. I'm like, why do you come at me? I'm naked.
Damn it.
I'm vulnerable.
Don't do this to me. Oh, the worst? Probably not spiders. Earwigs.
I don't get earwigs in my house.
Oh, you're so lucky. This is the shower thought for today. The more people that get diagnosed as neurodivergent, the less typical neurotypicals become.
I don't.
Interesting. I mean, it is true, but I think everyone's not neurodivergent.
I need you to explain that.
Okay, so like neurospicy, like neurodivergent means usually somebody who has different, like people who put, I don't know, I don't want to generalize either. Maybe people who have autism, maybe people who are ADHD, like people who just have different thought processes than the standard, I'm putting air quotes, standard, typical, understood thought process, which...
I mean, I guess I just get confused at what the standard is.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to narrow down, but I guess it just comes from a long tradition of stuff that was defined by probably the boomer generation as normal thoughts. You know, people who are able to get up and function.
Oh.
I mean, like wake up and be okay to go.
Wow.
Not exhausted.
Living the life.
Not overthinking. Don't have anxieties. You know, it's like, what is that like? You know? How does that feel?
Can go out in public and not think, what are these people thinking about me right now?
No, not have panic attacks, shit like that. Yeah. So those.
Got you.
So you and I would probably qualify as neurodivergent. Neurospicy, yes. And the typical people who can get up and function on a daily basis would be neurotypical. Anyways, but more people are now being diagnosed. I want to say. I'm not going to discredit self-diagnosis because it can be completely valid when you definitely don't have access to certain health cares, and you just know most of the time, like, you know, you're in some way, I want to say different, but it's different not in a bad way, different in you're recognizing you have differences from standard understanding of typical thought. And this is all air quoted.
We need video.
But yeah, I don't know. I just want those. Yeah, I want everybody to feel
normal.
Not
what is normal?
Not normal, but like I feel like a lot more people could benefit from just understanding themselves a bit more.
Oh, 100%.
Introspectively.
100%.
Yeah, but therapy's costly, so I get it.
Yeah, fair.
Use the internet. ChatGPT can be your friend.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
My day list.
Oh, God. I forgot about that. Is it stupid? Is it demure? Is it heartbroken?
It's sleepy, weepy, sad Saturday evening.
Jeez. You gotta switch your music up when you're reading.
Mom had sleepy, weepy the other day. I think it's a household thing. She also had Goblin Core or something Saturday this morning. You listen to Situationship and Downtown Vibes on Saturdays in the evening. Here's some sleepy, weepy, sad, crying, overthinking, romanticized, and drained.
Whoa.
Thanks. We've got Lana Del Rey, Billie Eilish, Harry Styles, Taylor Swift. Let's go into drained. That sounds fun. 5 Seconds of Summer, Adele, Ricky Montgomery, Boy Genius, Julie Baker, Phoebe Bridge, and Lucy Dacus on one song.
Hey.
And overthinking. First song is Vienna by Billy Joel.
Accurate.
Ricky Montgomery, Conan Gray, Lizzie McAlpine, Nessa Barrett, Amber Runn. Damn, Spotify.
Yeah, don't at Jade so hard, Spotify.
Sleepy weepy on a Saturday evening, guys.
Mine is...
Well, at least we're not heartbroken. We're just sad.
Yeah, you're not sleepy, weepy, heartbroken Saturday evening.
No, we're improving, may I dare say?
We're looking at peaceful lo-fi emo evening for me.
We are total opposites.
We're feeling the emotions still, so it's okay.
All the feels.
This is probably because I usually read my books on weekends, so it gets a little bit lo-fi emo-y. I've listened to lo-fi study beats in the evening. I'm not in school anymore. It's fine.
I just heard a cat.
Maybe. Here's some lo-fi emo, silent, peaceful, anti-anxiety. Nice. Ambient and chill step. I'm really curious what chill step is, but
Heck
essentially the whole playlist is just lo-fi.
Fair.
So let's check out chill step.
I'm here for it.
I've never heard of any of these. All right. Rude, Otaku, Sleepy Tom.
Sleepy Tom.
Harry G's Beats.
I thought you were going to say Harry Jesus.
No, Jesus is a witch.
Jesus is a witch.
Fairlane Point North, Asking Alexandria. I actually recognize that.
I do too.
A Girl and a Cat.
Aww.
And the one that I actually really recognize is Imagine Dragons.
Oh.
Interesting. I'm apparently in the chill step this week.
Fair.
I'll take it.
All right. Aaron, tell us what we're talking about.
We're talking about the WWW. I don't remember what the sound is. Anyways.
Just also FYI, I cannot name the podcast what you named it.
Why not?
It's not gonna fit.
Damn it. Take it down. Just remove some of the elements of it, or just use the first part. People will understand. I thought you could name a podcast whatever you want.
I meant in our graphic.
Oh, that's fine.
It might look silly.
Just use it as a sound.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, just use a symbol, like an emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So if that didn't get away, we're talking about the internet.
Yeah.
So the internet.
Which I use the internet to look up the internet, and I learned so many things.
Just insane amount of things going on the internet. It's actually kind of like a weird reverse universe.
Mm-hmm. It's a black hole is what it is.
Yeah. It's a black hole. Oh, you know what I should have said? We should have looked up the
What?
dark web. Like information.
That's another episode.
That's a whole other. That's a secondary episode to this one.
Yeah.
Come back for that episode. We'll
That is a
talk about the dark web and the weirdness that's there. We're not gonna actually go on the dark web because that's illegal. But we can get information.
Yep.
On it. So I had a bunch of questions, and I don't know what you answered. And
I literally went and answered everything.
okay, great. So I don't know if you want to start or
I can start. I don't actually have an answer.
okay.
Your question was, do you know who invented the internet? I said no. Google gave me like 4 people.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
I've got Sir Timothy John Berners-Lee, who was a computer scientist and apparently is best known for the inventor of the World Wide Web, HTML, markup language, the URL system, and HTTP. And then Vinton Cerf and Bob Kahn, Noah, are credited with inventing the internet communication protocols, which says is the brain behind the internet itself. And that is all I got.
Okay. Yeah, my answer was there was no single person involved.
Okay, I thought I was going crazy.
Yeah, it was actually a result of efforts by many scientists and engineers, as you've named. But a key breakthrough came through from ARPANET, which is ARPANET, in the 1960s.
That's how you pronounce that. I got that in there.
Insane.
Sorry.
1960s? Somebody asked me the other day when I thought the internet was invented, and I was like, oh, it's going to be like 1989 or 88 or something like that. Now I'm being told it's the 60s, okay? And it was a project by the U.S. Department of Defense. Which,
Of course it was.
yeah, well, it makes sense, right? Most of our modern day technology was brought on by World War II and defense projects and, you know, traveling to the moon and all that kind of shit. So
But did we travel to the moon?
no, and they're putting a not a halt, but they're putting kind of a break on traveling to the moon again. They couldn't do it. Anyways, yeah, that makes sense. You know, we laid the modern networking tools originally, I think, in World War II when they started putting phone lines across the ocean.
Yeah.
Which is insane. What the hell?
Yeah.
Across the ocean.
If I think about technology too much, I will black out.
Man, that
Like
just blows my
space.
mind. And as you said, the first website was created by Tim Berners-Lee in 1991. My year.
Your year.
Yeah. I was a part of the creation of the internet. It's like I was there, you know? And the first website was a page to describe what the World Wide Web was.
Aww.
And you can still visit it today.
Can you really? My
Yeah.
eyes are watering. I can't
But
stop
it's not
yawning.
like a fancy web page. It's just literally like text with hyperlinks on a screen.
Of course.
Because that's the original website. I thought that was
Yeah.
really cool. I didn't know you could still visit that. But if you think about it, it's, 33 years old today. The first web page.
Cute.
So nice. What was the next question?
You asked, when did email first become a thing and how did people react to it?
Oh, yeah.
I have quite a bit.
Okay.
Wanted to note, I got everything from a website called Email on Acid, which was, as I learned, an email, like, I'm going to call it a brand in 2009. And it's more so not how people reacted, because I didn't really get that out of it, but just like what happened. So I can yap for a minute.
Okay.
So I didn't know any of this. Just
Me
prefacing.
neither.
In 1965, Noel Morris and Tom Van Vleck were working at MIT. If you don't know what that is, it's Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which I didn't know what it stood for either. When they saw a memo about creating a mail command and no one had taken up the job. So they came up with a way to leave a message between people who were sharing computers, because if you also didn't know, you had to share computers that were the size of a room.
Yeah.
And you had to sign up for times on when to use them. So that happened. They saw that and were like, okay, cool, we can do that. And then in 1971, Ray Tomlinson was working at, how did you pronounce it?
Our planet?
Yeah. Brackets, I went, no idea what that is. When he came up with the idea while he was working on a government-funded research project that eventually became the internet. And then in brackets I have, again, who created the fucking internet?
Well, it was a joint effort.
Joint effort. And at the time, you could only leave messages for people between them. So he made a program that allowed users to send messages between connected computers on the ARPANET system.
Insane.
His most notable contribution to email is the @ symbol. He also passed in 2016. So Rip Roy.
Seriously.
Rip Ray, sorry. Fun fact: did you know that Queen Elizabeth II was the first head of state to use email in 1976?
No, I didn't. That's
Also,
insane.
in 1976, Jimmy Carter's presidential campaign was the first to use email to communicate, though he avoided it because he thought that people were spying on his conversations with other leaders.
I see.
In 1978, a man named Gary Thurk earned his title of quote-unquote father of spam after he began to send unsolicited marketing messages to hundreds of ARPANET users. Thanks, Gary.
Gary, the creator of spam. What an asshole.
I know. Another fact, in the same year of 1978, Shiva Ayyadurai, I told myself I was going to learn how to say it, and I didn't. A 14-year-old at the time.
Yeah.
Created a program which he claims is the first true version of email. He built a software program for the University of Medicine and Dentistry in New Jersey and called it email. Up until now, email was still being referred to as electronic mail, so he just shortened it. He also went on to say that earlier versions of email were more like what we know as text messaging, whereas his version digitalized physical inboxes and outboxes for workplace memos, which is where the common terms of CC come from.
Carbon copy.
Yeah. He is convinced he is the inventor of the email, and he's got a domain that is inventorofemail.com.
Well, hey.
Still to this day, he goes, no, that's me. In 1988, Microsoft released their first commercially available product, MS Mail, and there was a version for Macintosh. And for those who don't know, that means Apple. And PC computers. Again, if you don't know, that means Windows. This is seen as the thing that led to Exchange and Outlook products. And then thought this was funny because the next line in the article was, quote unquote, Microsoft has been causing headaches for email developers ever since.
Yes, it hasn't got any better.
In 1991, the first email from space was sent.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
The crew of Atlantis shuttle used a Macintosh portable to send an email, and it read, "Hello Earth! Exclamation point. Greetings from the STS-43 crew. This is the first Apple link from space. Having a great time. Wish you were here. Send Cairo and RCS. Hasta la vista, baby. We'll be back."
That's so good.
Fun fact, the Auchentox. What?
The Auchentox?
The astronauts.
Okay.
Were pro Macintosh, and they were all fitted with wrist Macs, which is likely the very first version of an Apple Watch.
That's awesome. In 1991.
Yep.
What?
In space.
In space.
I like the Macintosh portable.
That's beautiful.
Then, some stuff happens. Email marketing becomes a thing. Spam goes into the Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah,
BlackBerry
accurate.
allows emails to go mobile. And then in 2004, Gmail changes the game for email. They offered 1 gigabyte of storage.
Oh, I love Gmail so much.
And it had improved search and threaded conversations.
Yeah, fuck Outlook.
You can't search anything.
No, it's
Literally
useless. How long has it been around and your search is still terrible? Fix it.
And then the story behind Gmail is that Paul Bashelt, aka Google employee number 25, created his first version of what we know as Gmail in only a day.
Wow.
Also, in 2023, there were around 1.8 billion active Gmail users.
Yeah, that checks.
I thought it would be higher.
I think I have 3 Gmail accounts.
I have a couple.
Sometimes you just make them,
And then I ended my little research timeline with 2007, the iPhone brings Apple Mail to life. It offered wider support for CSS than other clients, which was a good thing for email developers. Mm-hmm. And the rest is history.
Now I use Thunderbird.
I don't know what that is.
It's an email thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's
I
better
don't know
than
how
mail.
people reacted to it.
Well, I have a little thing about that.
Okay.
So, email first became a thing in 1971. We already talked about this, but Ray Tomlinson, when he sent the very first message. Fun fact, he doesn't remember what it said.
Oh, Ray, and he's dead now, so we can't even ask him.
Probably something like test 1, 2, 3, or can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
But back then the reaction was confusion.
Oh, fair. Yeah, something new.
Most people didn't have a clue what a computer was, let alone why they'd want to send a message on one instead of writing a letter or using the telephone. Much more common at the time.
You know what? I don't want someone to call me, but if somebody sent me a letter, down for it.
It's
I
old
love
school.
it.
Except
I
for you're
love it.
never getting letters ever again.
I
Thanks,
know.
Canada Post. No, it's fine. Union workers get it, you know?
Sorry, guys. If you want to write me a letter, you have to hand deliver it to my door.
Oh, that's kind of cute, though.
Right?
Yeah, early adopters of computers were like, this is the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone else was like, sure, but can it make toast? And it probably could with the amount of heat those old school computers
Oh,
could
I
throw.
can only imagine.
They were freaking a whole floor. You know?
Yeah, I can't even fathom.
I mean, that was maybe a little bit smaller by 1971. I don't know.
They were pretty big.
They were still pretty big, I think, because my mom remembers that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by late 90s, email finally had gone mainstream and reaction shifted to, this is amazing! Quickly followed by, why do I have 372 unread messages? And who keeps trying to sell me pills?
It's the spam guy.
It's the spam. Fuck that guy.
Thanks, Gary.
It's easily safe to say we've all been overwhelmed by email ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And invent something great, then immediately overdo it.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
if you're like us and you sign up for
Oh God,
shopping and you're trying to check out and you forget which email, so you've signed up 4 times and Black
Yep.
Friday hits and you get 60 emails in an hour.
it's so awful.
4 for the same company 8 times.
I'm unsubscribing from so much stuff after this past week. It's insane.
I need to, and I haven't.
Between Black Friday and freaking Cyber whatever
Monday,
week,
and now it's
it's
Cyber
Black
Week.
Friday week and Cyber week, and it's like I just give me the better price all year long. How about that?
Literally.
I'll buy it in the rest of the year. Why right now? I don't understand.
But so many things. It's just like the same email 4 times because I'm like, I forgot what I signed up with. Cool. Or I was just trying to get a discount code like an asshole.
Yeah. Me too.
Regrets.
Oh, I hate the new ones that are just like, get this app and then you'll get the discount. I don't want another app on my freaking phone. Just give me the discount code. Damn it.
You told us what the first website was. I didn't know about it, so thank you.
Yeah. I can drop the link too. Maybe we could share that with people.
Yeah, I can share it on the story.
If they're interested in checking out the internet as it was birthed.
Your next question was, how has the shift from dial-up to broadband changed how we live online? I did not answer it because I have no idea.
I'm just trying to find my notes here.
Good. So I assume broadband would mean like Wi-Fi? So that you don't have to be plugged in? Is that what that means? I'm gonna sound stupid and like a baby.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily Wi-Fi. It's what we have today would be cable internet, and now like the in between became like fiber internet, which is so much faster. It's insane. That's what I should have looked up.
Don't understand the
that
internet.
we could save for the dark web days.
Heck yeah.
I don't understand how it is either. It's as far as I can like simplify it down, it's a matter of like for fiber optic,
it's in a glass tube,
a
right?
trigger of flashing lights that represent the binary of 0 and 1s. So like to flash means
what
that
do you mean?
Yeah, to flash is like a 1 and then off is 0. So like to flash so freaking
like Morse
quickly.
code.
Yeah, it's like Morse code almost. But like every single 0 and 1 adds up to make a letter. And then they have to have so many 0s and 1s to make the whole fucking word. And then the whole sentence. And then not on top of that, if you're doing a whole website, it's like so many 0s and 1s. It's insane. Computers are insane.
And like same thing with like radio or like a record player.
Why?
Or
how?
Wi-Fi. What?
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 I don't get it.
I don't. What? What do you mean?
What does this mean?
I can touch a screen. What? Sorry. Yeah. No. If the internet is like space, technology is like space. If I think about it too much, I get overwhelmed. You then.
So I don't have an answer for that one so
That's
much,
okay.
but
I learned what you meant, so that's cool. What was the first viral video or meme you remember seeing? I do have an answer for that one. Do you?
I know there was probably a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm torn between remembering it was either like Charlie.
Charlie bit my finger. That one?
No. You're killing people or whatever.
Carl.
No, Carl. That's it. Carl.
Did you see they made a follow-up?
No. Oh my God.
It was so wild.
Jade just had like a spaz attack remembering this was
forgot
happening.
about that. Llamas and hats, people. Llamas
Llamas
and hats.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry. I don't know why I was thinking Charlie.
Carl, you can't kill people.
Was Charlie the unicorn a thing?
I have no idea. I remember Charlie. Charlie bit my finger.
I do remember that
Ouch,
too.
Charlie, that hurt.
I also remember the one
I totally forgot about that until you said Charlie.
where it's like the French person is like, but I'm so tired. And then it's like, all right, first we nap and then we, bomb the world or whatever. So old. That's probably not how it goes.
Oh, now I'm remembering things. The baby covered in peanut butter.
Oh my God. There's so many old things out there.
I specifically remember, and I don't know if I'm remembering something that was viral on YouTube or I'm remembering like grade 3 computer class where we all made stick figure things, but it was like a stick figure video.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you remember Annoying Orange?
Yeah. I was going to say the orange thing.
Annoying Orange.
Annoying.
Remy Gallard? He was for like a French comedian. He did like Pac-Man and like the kangaroo. I remember that. And then Fred videos.
Fred videos. Yeah. Fred.
Insane.
I can't believe we spent so many hours watching that shit.
I know.
How are we even like? Why do we have brain cells at this point? I don't get it.
Read.
It's
because we read.
Yeah, that gives us credibility. Do you have a first memory of using the internet, such as like, I don't know.
I probably touched on it some. Then you had like early internet culture, weird trends. Internet culture, you had Neopets, MSN, AOL, LimeWire, Disaster, Pirate Bay, BitTorrent. And my response is, I never had a Neopet. Oh I know what they are. I never had one. I did have MSN.
Yeah.
I lived on MSN.
Me too.
I never myself touched LimeWire. I'm sure Tanya probably downloaded songs onto my MP3.
I never touched LimeWire. I didn't have AOL.
Or she touched something. I don't know what Pirate Bay is or BitTorrent.
Oh my God, I lived on Pirate Bay and BitTorrent.
Please explain.
Pirate Bay and BitTorrent were that's why it's called Pirate Bay. It was a bay for people who pirated media. So you could go on there and you could search for your favorite songs or your favorite media. I believe it may still exist in various forms. They have to keep hopping around and redoing the URL and where it's hosted and shit like that, because obviously it's kind of illegal, they're catching up with that kind of stuff.
Fine.
Back then it was a little less sketchy to deal with because, how are they going to track you?
Yeah.
Now your internet provider is watching you and wants to sue you at every channels. Well, not really them suing you. It's the people who make the media who want to sue you for trying to steal their media. I get it. It's fine. But when you have to pay like, $30 for Netflix every month, people are going to steal media. Like they can't afford shit. So makes sense to me. Same thing for BitTorrent. Essentially, it was a program that allowed you to search for torrented information, which means like it was hosted by a single person somewhere.
Yeah.
And they launch it out into the internet, and then you would download from that person's computer that file. So it would kind of create a small connection between your computer and their computer, and it would send that information over, which is not always safe. Honestly.
That's how the people are getting the Adobe.
Yes, that's how I used to steal Adobe.
Yeah.
And then you would get the keys.
Yeah.
They would generate keys, or they would just find one that worked across the board. And I used to do it because I was young and I could not afford Adobe. Are you kidding me?
Can't afford Adobe.
It was so expensive. I still can't afford Adobe.
But we need it.
But we need it for our jobs. So
then you had weird trends like flash games or chain emails.
I remember flash games.
Now I need you to explain, because I could be on this, but I have no idea what you say when you just say flash games.
Oh man, I couldn't tell you what, like, a list of what they were. I couldn't. It was games.
Like, did you go to a website? Did you find them in a cereal box? Did you buy them?
They would be like a website back
Okay.
then. It would be very, very basic games that were like flash animation. Like it would have like that loading thing. It was like flash loading now, and you know, like
okay,
there was a few out there. I didn't play a lot of them. I mostly played those cereal box games. You know,
love
CDs.
those cereal box games.
It's worth it. Why don't they do that stuff anymore? I know it's like the cereal boxes are, you know, you don't
win
CDs.
a T-shirt.
Yeah,
win movie tickets.
Yeah, stupid.
All I remember is the chain emails being like, send this or see a demon or have bad luck and have no friends. But it always had like the most for like graphics and fonts. Like there was like sparkles and colors and rainbow and like the weirdest stuff. And like even when I'm like thinking, there was probably GIFs.
Yep.
And at the time didn't know what it was. And then like years later, oh my God, GIFs are a thing. Now they've been in our chain emails.
They're back.
But yeah, I just remember like glittery font.
the glitter fonts, yeah, the best.
And then I think it's funny because I feel like, and it might be the same for you, at least like when I was growing up with email, chain emails were like a thing, and then they died, and now they've resurfaced on Facebook for the older generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I like. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it's not even chain emails anymore. It's like chain memes.
Yeah.
But it's not, I guess they're not really memes.
It's just share this so our Facebook doesn't get da-da-da-da. And, I know people will like this, but show that you care. And, or like, who's coming to your Christmas party? Take this part. Like, what is going on?
Please stop. I'm not gonna, I don't care. I'm not gonna like your thing to
show that I care about breast cancer.
No, you know what I'm going to do?
It's
I'm going to
cancer.
donate money.
Yeah.
When I can. When I'm not
on my own dime, on my own time.
bored, or I'm going to, participate in a race or something like that. I'm going to help raise money. I'm going to,
I'm just like the ones where they're like, share this and post this to your wall so your Facebook stays safe. That's not how this works.
Fake. That's fake. You know how you keep your Facebook safe? Set your password to something else other than 1010
Set your privacy
mark.
settings. Don't accept friend requests from literally people you don't know.
Don't accept friend requests from yourself. Okay? If you see that you are trying to add yourself as a friend, it's not you.
Take a moment.
Think about that.
Critical thinking.
that generation is not prepared to deal with the internet, and it's kind of hilarious to watch.
But I do remember playing a lot of computer games. Like before I had Facebook and whatever, because I was like the last of my friends to get Facebook. My mom was like, "Why do you need this? Why do you don't need this?" I had MSN, but it's not like I was allowed to just be on the computer all the time. Like I had like my computer time, and it was downstairs, and then it did move up to like the toy room, and I had games. But I specifically remember a Shrek game, and a Finding Nemo game.
Sick.
And then before I had those, I would have had like practical like typing, math, language, but there's this rabbit on the cover.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And my mom had like a racing game with like pedals and a steering wheel.
Oh, that's sick.
I think we still have it. But I never had there was also a fish game.
We love it all. I love all of it.
And it's just thinking about it, it's just like, whoa. Or I had this thing, I'm going to describe it to you, and nobody's going to understand because I'm going to have to like make hand gestures. It was, what do they even look like? I don't know what they look like. They're like a creature, no fur. They have different skins. You had like one main, what are we going to call him? Dude, but he just like sat on your desk, and he was probably about yay tall. And then you would like put another dude like on his head, and that was your character like in the world.
Oh, weird.
Like this dude plugged into the computer. I played that game for like a year, had a couple of those. I'll find it. It was weird. But yeah, the Shrek game. Kicking potions, and
weird.
The Nemo game is like jumping on the jellyfish. and like escaping the shark. But then there was this like fish game where I had a lot of like not like Clue, but like I Spy, like finding.
Oh, love that.
A lot of those.
Yeah.
A lot of mahjong.
Oh yeah.
Lots
that
of Luxor.
Yeah.
But there was a fish game, and it's gonna bug me that I don't know what it was.
You'll figure it out later. I'm skipping over the compare that to today's.
Oh, yeah, I didn't answer that.
It's we're talking about it now, so it's fine. I'm gonna skip the next one too, and jump into. Did you ever make a MySpace, or do you even know what GeoCities is?
I don't know what GeoCities is.
Yeah, I think it's more of an American thing, to be honest.
Honestly, I don't know anyone who had a MySpace.
Yeah, that was my generation.
That was Chauncey told me she had a MySpace.
Yeah,
which to me it cannot compute in my mind, because I thought it was like just people a little bit older than me, like you.
Your mom's only like 10 years older than me, right? So
how old are you?
33.
No, she's more than 10 years older.
I was complimenting your mom.
I know, but it just like it blows my. I'm like, what do you mean you had a MySpace?
It makes sense to me.
To be fair, if the internet was invented like 9 years before she was born,
Yeah, so
I get it, but it's weird.
Yeah, she's only 10 years older than me. I get it. I had a thing called Pixo.
Pixo?
Does that ring a bell at all?
Mm-mm.
It's basically where I first learned web development and coding, because you would have to sit there and you'd import your fonts, you'd import your pictures and all sorts, and it was loaded with like glittery crap, like fonts and GIFs, and stuff was just floating across the page, and you'd just have like updates on your life. It's absolute nonsense. They have an archive of all these Pixos, and I think
could you find yours if you
I don't know.
tried?
I couldn't even remember what my freaking thing was, but I could probably delve into it and see if I could find it. It'd be hard.
Speaking of like coding and like web development, the first time I would have ever saw code like in the back end of anything was when I had Tumblr, and I had to like grab a theme, and I could change my theme.
And you spent hours trying to find the theme and cut and paste.
And then that was the first time. And so I was probably, when did I get Tumblr? I would say grade 7, 8.
Oh, I missed like OG Tumblr.
Yeah, now
it was
sucks.
so good.
I was like,
so good.
I still have it. Don't.
Oh yeah, I have Tumblr too, but I don't even go on it anymore because it's just me.
My password's probably saved somewhere, but it was like aesthetically pleasing, like backgrounds and wanting to travel in Halsey in the 1975.
Yes, so good.
And I had friends on the internet who I have no idea who they are.
Me, 100%, all over the internet.
Yeah.
All these people who I wonder now, are they dead because they were twice my age or something like that? You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, I did make some really good, like when I was in my teens, I did make a really good friend across the pond, and he is my age, and we became pretty good buddies, and
which I think like that's the up and down in the internet. You tell people don't talk to strangers, but like sometimes you meet someone literally across the globe who's your age, same interests. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, we were pen pals for quite a few many years,
like,
which was
so cool.
super awesome, because it was like, oh, I have an English pen pal buddy, you know.
Heck
like it was awesome. And I still have him as a friend on Facebook.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't know what his life's like now. I think he's got kid and married and all that stuff, but
it's
so, like, you know, I'm cheering you on. Happy birthday every year. That's about
crazy.
it. Hope you're doing good. Do you remember your first embarrassing email address? Come on, everybody has one.
I do, and I'm not telling it to you because it's still my Hotmail.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I need to go in and figure out what it's linked to and take it off. It's not even on my phone because Hotmail is garbage.
It is garbage.
It's hot garbage. And it was like, it wouldn't let me log in, and then I had to get a 10 password, and then the password was like this fucking long. And
Same. Honestly, that's the only reason I cannot access this email, and I'm really curious if it's still active. It's probably, I don't know.
Yeah, they threatened to deactivate
20
it, and
years
I was
old.
like, this is hooked up to something. I don't know what this is. I have to keep it active.
They blocked my like access to it at this point, so I have no clue, because I had like a recovery thing from way back when. I have no clue where it went to. So whatever. But mine was and I don't use this now, but it was a Hotmail. Angel in Training 07. Yeah.
Mine's not even that embarrassing. It was, it's the year. So it's got my birth year, my dog's birth year, and what I named my first Webkins. That's all it is. Because it was also like the login to the Webkins, which I still have all my Webkins.
I don't know what the hell a Webkins is. You grew up in the age of Webkins. I was already a teenager at this point.
We spoke about this, the store that I went to today that you've never been to, that is in our town. That was like the spot for Webkins.
Oh, makes sense.
Up, along with the Crocs.
I forgot they were even open.
I forget about it all the time. I love it in there. It's so fun. Webkins, so you got it's probably like a Neopet.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
You know, you got a little stuffy. It had a tag.
No, Neopets didn't have stuffies. It was just all online.
Okay, so
it was like digital.
You get a stuffy. It has a tag. You log in. You can play games. You build like a house with all your stuffies. Yep. You customize the rooms. You can buy clothes, like actual clothes for them.
Why don't they have this now for kids?
I think Webkins still exists. But you can just go onto the website now. And you don't need a pet to log in. You had to have a pet before.
Right. They were gatekeeping kids because, you know, a lot of them are too poor to even have pets.
You played fun games. You could cook. You could mine for gems. It was amazing.
Yeah, Neopets was very similar.
Yeah.
Just no physical, because they were just always coming out with new ones. Yeah. And I highly doubt anybody back then had the funds to just pump out new stuffies. It's not like Squishmallows today, you know, they come out with new stuff almost every freaking month.
Oh, I will show you my Webkins when we are done here. I don't know where they are, but they're all piled somewhere. There's ducks, there's dogs, dragons. My mom has a bat in her room.
That's sick.
Just because it's a bat stuffy. There were these things, I forget what they were called, but they look like kiwis. But they're not kiwis.
I love kiwis.
Now I want to try and log into my Webkins so I can see my house that I have. Because I don't know how you would buy stuff. Not actual credit card money, but to decorate and buy them a birthday cake.
Maybe you play the games and they gave you credits or something.
I don't know. It was so fun. I probably have 30.
I love that.
It was an obsession.
How long did it take for you to figure out what browser or search engine actually was?
I don't know, because I don't think I ever really was in a position to think and to know what it was. It was always just, okay, Google that, look that up. I don't think I ever really was You
know, I predate Google, right? So, you know, I was using stuff like Yahoo.
Bing
didn't exist back then, I don't think. No. I can't remember. I never used Bing, though. It was not a thing. It definitely used Yahoo the most.
I think I probably used Yahoo at one point. But also, I am a baby. But my mom also was a smart parent and kept me off the internet. I just played games.
Probably smart.
Computer games.
I was chronically on the internet.
I was not.
I had problems.
I am now.
I'll tell you this. I was once an online DJ for a long time. I was just hosting my own online radio, and people would just.
That's amazing.
Check. It was predating podcasts, but it was live. I was just radio. I would get online and for I don't know, 10 o'clock at night until 3 in the morning.
Oh my God.
And just be that radio host and just play all of my BitTorrent and Pirate Bay songs.
Hilarious.
It was good times.
Twitch should have been a thing. You could be rich.
I was on Habbo Hotel or whatever it was.
I've heard about that.
Oh man, I was obsessed with that. I was fucking rich on that game. And I was I was sugar daddying all of these strangers.
Oh no.
For all the good furniture, you know.
Oh,
in my Habbo. I can still log on to it. It's freaking amazing. My animal's probably dead now.
Oh.
I don't think they actually die. They just get really upset with you.
Fair. This is fair.
I don't know. Do we want to skip a bunch of this?
I mean,
do you have any more cool facts? I do.
Cool facts?
I have cool facts.
I don't have cool facts. I did have a list of all the social media platforms that I remember having.
Oh yeah.
So it definitely had MSN, had Facebook, still had Facebook.
Yes.
Had Twitter, still calling it Twitter.
Yeah.
Instagram. I had an app which was called Kik, K-I-K.
Never heard of it.
Just like a chat app.
Oh, weird.
And people probably used it like a Omegle.
Is that like the random,
You
like
could-
you
you
log
could-
in and
you
you
could-
talk to someone random?
I think that's what that is. But like Kick, you could just add whoever added you. I was not stupid and just had like my friends. But my friends would talk to random people. And I'm like, where did you find this information? I had something called Ask a Them.
Oh, I've heard of that vaguely.
Terrible. Why did I have this? Why did this get existed? It existed? Invented.
Why did it exist?
Has since been shut down for good reason because so much online bullying happened.
Oh, no
So
shit.
essentially, the premise was you had a profile, and people could either ask you questions and you would know who it was, or they could ask it anonymously.
Oh, it's sort of like Tinder.
What?
No, I don't know how Tinder works. I've never.
But it was just like, there was so much bullying going on.
That doesn't surprise me, honestly.
And like, the thing was, so they could ask you stuff, but then also you could just like have it generate questions, so you could like say stuff.
Yeah.
And people would like learn about you or whatever. And I just remember that being stupid. Snapchat, which I hate that I still have, and Visco, which is just like another form of Tumblr. I would put it as, because it's just photos, which I don't use anymore, but I still have it because it's kind of fun to edit photos in it sometimes.
You just jogged my memory on two things. Remember the one Flash game that I used to play,
Ooh.
which was essentially like Pictionary, but it was online with strangers. And it was...
Oh, I've played that.
Yeah, it was so freaking good. I was addicted to that because I had a drawing tablet back then, and I would
You're kicking
win.
ass.
Would win so good, and it felt so good. And then I also played... it used to be called Pogo games. I think they're still around. And it was just like they had a series of different, like, it was like anything from bingo to cribbage to any kind of digital gaming stuff. Was
I grew
online.
up on like Cool Math for Kids,
Yeah.
where they had like the wildest games. And then there was another game, another website, I don't know what it was, but it was like it looked like a board game.
Oh,
And
yeah.
as you advanced in the games, you could get like different games.
Yeah.
But then there was also Pop Tropica, which you still have no idea what that is when
Nope.
I brought that up the other day.
No.
God, that was such a good game. Such a good website. I'm pretty sure it still exists.
Probably.
It just got super laggy at one point.
Yeah, I imagine it got really popular and then the server couldn't handle all the people playing
Especially,
it.
in public school.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, lots of kids.
It's computer class. Just go rot your brain on the internet. I don't have any more fun facts. I just have like comments on your questions. That's it.
Okay, well, I'll
It's a
break
longer episode. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's fine. We make up for all the short ones we've had recently.
They haven't been short.
They've been sort of shorter.
They've still been an hour.
Yeah, it's fine. We're like way over an hour, aren't we? That's okay. I'm dreading.
Not way over. Only 1:20.
I'm dreading going outside into the
I know. There's
wild
a
world.
storm.
There's a snowstorm right now. I gotta drive back across town.
pretty.
No, I thought you would say
Okay.
that on the way here, and I was like, I cursed you in my head. I was like, no, Jade, it's not pretty. It's terrible.
But it's so pretty.
Okay, so we know the ad symbol was created by Ray Tomlinson in 1971. He chose the ad symbol to designate a user's location. So that's why it says at and then the domain, because it wasn't commonly used in names or in other contexts. So it wasn't a matter of this represents at.
This is just an A.
We just give context to it after the fact. Insane. You know?
Interesting.
Interesting.
I want to know who invented that symbol, though.
Me too. We should look it up. We'll have a secondary. What the
It's in the dark
internet?
web.
In the dark web. The first YouTube video. Okay, the first
I feel
video.
like I have this info in the back of my head.
Maybe it was the first video ever uploaded to YouTube was "Me at the Zoo" by co-founder Jawed Karam in 2005, and it was 18 seconds long, and it's still on YouTube to watch. That's pretty awesome.
Love YouTube.
I wonder if they've probably had to re-upload it like a million times because of so many iterations and re-ownerships of YouTube.
Maybe.
I imagine that's really hard to transfer. Like when Google bought YouTube.
Now I'm just picturing what YouTube used to look like.
Oh man.
And like the app was like not what it was.
No.
Oh, it looks so weird.
Oh man, I predate apps too. God. Why did I choose this topic? We also get to learn the origin of LOL, which most of us say LOL now.
Lol.
The term LOL, or in brackets, laugh out loud.
Not lots of love.
If you're like,
Not lots of love.
grandma died, LOL. Sounds so good. LOL dates back to, do you know when it dated back to?
No.
The early 1980s.
Shut up.
Yep.
Shut your pie hole.
It first appeared in early message boards and forums such as FidoNet. Like,
That's crazy. And what's even funnier is, grew up texting, became a thing, and the acronyms were there, and like, OMG, like we were using them for what they were, like BRB, and now it's like when you're pissed, you go LOL.
yeah.
And no caps, just LOL.
I end every sentence.
Or you
with
don't know
LOL.
what to say. It's like LOL.
It's not even that. It's just, I think if I say LOL at the end of every sentence, it leaves off on a peaceful note. So
Yes.
you can't be angry at me because I ended it with an LOL, you know?
No, but it's also like sometimes when you're being sassy with people, you just go, yeah, okay, LOL. Like, LOL, if you think that, whatever.
Rolling my eyes emoji, LOL.
It's changed so much, but for our generation, not for the boomers.
No. Lots of love. Grandma's dead.
Jeez. Golden.
Ugh. The first meme, and there's different,
Doge.
points here. Some argue that the dancing baby gif from 1996, I don't think I've ever seen this, was the internet's first widely recognized meme. Others point to Kilroy Was Here.
I have no idea what that is.
Which actually predates the internet, but it was revived online.
What?
I don't understand. But you know what? It's out there somewhere. And somebody who's much older than me and was actually there at the beginning of the internet, because I don't predate the internet now, which is so nice. I'm so young.
You're
I'm
so
a bebe.
little. You're so little.
Also bebe. you
I'm
know?
so baby.
And then spam emails.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first real spam email was sent out in 1978 by Gary
Yeah, fuck you, Gary.
to 400 people.
Gary's the reason that I have so much spam.
You know what he was advertising? Computers.
Yeah.
Why? And people were pissed.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny.
He's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I just did like email marketing.
Yeah. And then the first commercial website, which is the first, I'm putting this in air brackets again, widely recognized e-commerce transaction, occurred in 1994. You kidding me? E-commerce in 1994? Canada's so behind. Like, why are we like 3 decades behind?
Just we're up north. We live in igloos, don't you know?
Yeah, we ride polar bears.
It's hard to get Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Dan Cohn sold a CD of Sting's 10 Summoners Tales for $12.48 over the internet.
$12.48.
He's making bank in 1994. That's a whole, that's like 3 hours work.
That sucks. Jeez.
Social media started in 1997.
No.
Yeah, on a site that was called 6 Degrees.
Oh.
It's considered the first true social media platform, and it allowed users to create profiles and friend each other. Zuckerberg. Or
Did you not
Tom?
have friends on Tom?
MySpace.
Oh, I was like, his name's Mark.
No, I had to include both of them
That's
because
what I-
technically MySpace came first.
Yeah, no. I was going to say, I would have thought MySpace would have been like the first thing. I didn't know there was something before it.
6 Degrees, which probably meant 6 degrees of everybody knows each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's just
Fine. It's fine. Before Google was around,
Mm-hmm.
there was search engines called Alta Vista, and of
I've heard of
course
that.
Yahoo
Yeah.
with an exclamation mark.
Yes.
They were the go-tos, which I remember using Yahoo, but I have no clue what Alta Vista is.
Me either.
Google came through in 1998,
A year before I was born.
and it was a page ranking algorithm, which
No, I don't think it is, right?
no, it's lost all fucking sense. It's
now
mostly
you Google
just
it and it's like, here's an AI. And I'm like, no.
no,
I don't care what the internet thinks that I want.
no.
Give me what I searched for.
The first page is just sponsored bullshit.
At least
Stupid.
tells you it's sponsored.
Stupid. Do you want to give me some more of your answers?
Sure.
And then I can end out with I asked an AI a question.
Oh, God. Okay. You asked, do I think the internet has made society better or worse? Why? I said definitely worse, but also better. We have too much information readily available, which has pros and cons. Sometimes I feel like we're influenced by the masses on like forming an opinion on literally anything, like what you had for dinner. So it feels like, I don't know, like before you had to do a bunch of research and like learn, and now it's just like, no, you think this. But on the other hand, it is a lot easier to do research, which is helpful because you don't have to spend as much time and you have so much information that's readily like available. But there's too much, and now especially you don't know what's real and what's fake.
Yeah, AI is making up a bunch of shit.
So I think people are also losing, like we kind of talked about earlier with Australia, like social skills and cues because they're growing up on the internet.
Yeah.
Whether that's like through like social media or just like too much technology. And I think it's allowed people to develop a voice when they feel like they wouldn't have otherwise, which is great. But like they take it to the next level when they just think that they can say anything behind a screen and like no one's going to get them in trouble.
Yeah.
Which drives me fucking nuts. Like, sure, freedom of speech and all that, but like, can we not just like post our opinion to the masses and expect to not get shit on?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Like, if you're going to say something crude and horrible, you'd have to realize that just because you're on the internet doesn't mean people aren't going to be crude and horrible back. Like, if you said it in a bar. So I think it has, like, pros and cons, definitely. I think some days are a lot worse than others. And if I ever have a child, they will not have a cell phone or an iPad. I don't care.
Fair.
Read a book. Go outside. Eat some dirt.
Eat some dirt.
Like,
Fucking eat dirt, kid. Just like, smushing his face into the ground.
I'm like, that's not how you parent. They're like, oh, well, they're crying. I'm like, okay, then understand why they're crying. Don't just shove a screen in their face.
They're having big feelings and you need to actually talk to them about it. Otherwise, we're going to have another screwed up generation of people. We are already screwed up, people. Can we look into this? You can't afford your kids' therapy, okay?
No.
Think about it that way.
You then asked, how has e-commerce, like Amazon, changed how we shop? Burping, sorry.
Online, constantly.
Yeah, for people like me, and I don't know if you're the same, Mel, I get so overwhelmed in a clothing store.
God, yeah.
It is hot. I feel like they're working on commission. They want to help, but I don't want your help. Like, I need to do this by myself. Then they don't have my size because my legs are too long because that's only online. And then the lighting in the change room is horrible. So it's never, ever been a good experience.
It's not pleasant.
I love that I can order a bunch of clothes online and, you know, if I need to return something, that's fine. But also, I struggle because, like, sometimes I want to go to the store that's 5 minutes away from my house. But, oh, no, this thing that you really like, online only version.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted tall and pants online only. I'm like,
or it's just not anywhere near our city.
That too. And I'm like, you are making clothing that looks super cute, but it's online only. Why? Sell it in a store, you would make money. But everyone's chronically online, so I get it. It's made stuff a lot more easy to get.
Yeah.
Especially like when a store isn't near you or in your country. Don't worry, we'll just ship it across the ocean.
Yeah, right. In 2 days somehow.
But I feel like it's made us buy more as consumers because we see something like free shipping and get excited. Like, oh, spend $75 and get free shipping, and then you go in and you're like, oh, I only have $50. Oh, well, I better spend $25 more to get the $8 shipping. I am such a fool
But you
for
get
this.
a thing instead of
But
paying
you'd
for
be
shipping.
paying more money.
Yeah, but that's how they get you every time. And
Which I do.
I'm a sucker for that too.
I hate paying shipping.
I do too.
Like when I ordered your birthday gift, your
Yeah.
little lemon tart,
Yeah.
it was like $20 or something, right? And then
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you need this much more for free shipping. The shipping was $8.
So I tack on another $40 worth and we get our free shipping.
So I spend another $20 to get free shipping.
Is it worth it, right?
I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? So
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I don't know. It's weird. It is
Yeah.
weird.
I just think it just makes it so much more convenient, like stuff like Amazon. But then you like look on it and you're like, my footprint sucks. I'm destroying the planet. Every order I make.
Yeah.
And guilt.
Yeah.
But you can't stop.
Well, it's just like
you
sometimes
can.
you need the thing, and it's just convenient.
Fucking hate going out this time of year.
That too.
And I'm not in a rush. I mean, I don't need next day shipping.
No.
That's it. Like,
No.
I don't know
Just
why
make
it
it
has
free.
to be.
Just make it free.
Just make it free. I'll wait a whole week for it. I don't give a shit.
No.
I just don't want to leave my house
No.
or have to go into a store.
And be in a change room.
Yeah, change rooms are out. I'm done with that.
Did you fall for a fake internet scam or prank? No, not that I can remember. Do you remember how long it took to download a song on LimeWire? No. How many times did you mess up and disconnect internet while someone was on a call and I went, yeah, sorry, Aaron, I'm a child and did not have this issue.
I did it a few times. It wasn't hard to do back then. Especially like I had my computer in my room, but I didn't have a telephone because fuck that nonsense. I'm a millennial. I don't make phone calls.
Yeah, I didn't have a phone in my
I was
room.
not part of that generation who sat on the phone talking with their friends for
No.
hours. That was not me.
I
would
do that now.
I would do that
I'd have
in
to be
person,
in the mood. Yeah.
not over a phone. Phones were awkward. I'd do the MSN thing where you're just chatting away and being obnoxious and
Nudging
using
them.
the sad emojis that were available
the
to you.
cackling lady.
Yeah, so freaking weird. And the nudge. Remember the nudge?
Nudge, nudge, nudge.
I think
nudge.
that started anxiety for a large population.
Why am I being nudged?
Stop it. Now nobody wants to use Zoom. I wonder why. What was I talking about?
You had just had you had AI. You were going to end it with AI.
Okay, yeah. AI. We're going, this is what I asked the AI.
Okay.
Scrolling down. I asked the AI, what is its take on the internet's future?
Oh, dear.
This was the responses.
Okay.
It gave me 5 points. And it starts out with this. The internet is evolving toward greater integration with daily life through AI, augmented reality, and the Internet of Things, known as the IoT. Here is what it envisions.
Sounds a little biased, but okay.
Right? A little bit like, I'm going to promote myself.
Yeah.
Get it. One is hyper-personalization. So content and services will be super tailored to individuals through AI, predicting certain preferences and needs in real time. Not so much as it is right now. There is real time to a degree, but this is like to the extreme of like you're thinking about it and it's like, oh, yeah, you need new face wash. Here you go. Here's like 6 different options.
They're listening, Linda.
They're listening.
The Facebook's listening.
2, the metaverse already failed miserably the first time, but AI seems to think that the internet is now going to shift from a 2D experience to a 3D immersive environment where virtual reality begins to dominate how we socialize, work, and shop. I still think that is many years away. Personally,
I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty sure the Jetsons like made it think that we were gonna have flying cars by now, and
it's been a letdown.
It is a letdown.
Yeah, no jet skateboards, whatever. Lame.
Interesting. Okay.
Right? So it thinks the metaverse is going to come back, but I don't know. Is this sponsored by Zuckerberg? Meta? It's called metaverse for a reason. Come on.
Yeah.
Capitalism. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyways, so AI also thinks there's going to be a decentralization. Man, it's selling this big with the blockchain technology. Now this it throws in we might see a move toward decentralized internet. that prioritizes privacy and user control over data. I don't see it.
No.
I think the whole point of the internet has become gathering your data and information to sell you shit.
Yep.
Welcome to capitalism.
Yep.
I don't know what this AI is trying to sell me here, but apparently it's
Trying to sell you that everything's
NFTs?
gonna be okay. Rainbows.
NFTs, the metaverse, and a lot more AI. So 4 is ethical challenges, which I think this is true. As we become more connected, ethical questions about surveillance, misinformation, and AI bias is going to intensify. Accurate. It got one thing probably on there, right? I think that's true. And it's actually happening as we speak. Because, we were just talking about it. What do we believe now? Is AI making shit up? How are we supposed to know? What if it starts rewriting histories on the internet, right? That we can't track. Yeah, it's weird. But then you were talking earlier about how people believe things just because they're automatically researching and they're getting their information right away, right?
Or
they're not doing in depth
something on socials and it's trending and all this is happening.
Yeah.
And there's no facts. It's just we're following masses.
Yeah, we're following masses. So all of a sudden it's like, what if AI starts to rewrite history because it's trending?
Don't give your kids computers, people. Give them books.
Give them books. Give them books. Give them the banned books. It's
give
important.
them the dictionary.
Give them the dictionary. Give them a thesaurus. Get them smart. That's all I can say. I'm glad I won't be around for any of this. And then global access. This is where I was 100% sold that this whole entire question and the AI is sponsored by multiple things. Okay. Efforts like Starlink aim to bring the internet to every corner of the globe, bridging the digital divide, but also creating new geopolitical dynamics. Boom. This whole thing was an ad.
Thanks, Elon.
Seriously, insane. So that goes back to they had one thing right. AI bias right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what the AI told me.
Interesting.
And, most of it could actually be true, but it might take years to evolve into that. Because I know the metaverse failed. Like, miserably failed. I don't think people were ready for it.
No.
Not in this economy.
No.
Like, some of these billionaires have to start kicking in to allow people to actually purchase and, delve into this technology before anybody can actually join it instead of the 12 members that existed before.
That's fair.
That was wild. That's
the internet's a crazy place.
Yeah, that wasn't even 0.00001% of the internet that we just talked about, which is insane.
No.
There's so much more.
An hour and 40 minutes.
We did good. This is a special episode.
This is a special
on the internet.
episode.
There's so much to cover. And we'll have a probably second episode revolving around the dark web and more.
I gotta figure out what we're gonna talk about in 4 days.
I'm sorry.
We said this week, and then the week after will be our Christmas one because that'll come out on Christmas.
Cool.
So that'll be easy.
Yeah, we'll do Christmas stuff.
Talk about Christmas.
Traditions. Christmas.
Aaron, give me your gift back.
My give back is Perfect Strangers by Archers.
Archers sounds familiar.
It's a good one.
Mine, which I just discovered, and this is hilarious because I had bought the album that this song is on in like when it came out for a friend.
So years ago?
Yeah, and I never listened to them. I don't know what I was listening to. Probably like some like Sleep Token radio thing. So it's Would You Still Be There by Of Mice and Men. Bop.
It's good?
Bop.
Adding it right now.
Bop. I always thought back then my thing with like metal rock was like
yeah.
This is like emo scary music. It's not. It's great.
So, Of Mice and Men. Yes.
Yeah. So that is all, folks. We hope you had a wonderful day. When you're listening to this, it is the second week of December. I hope you have your Christmas gifts.
Not me.
I have
Last
everything.
minute.
Aaron's gift is wrapped upstairs.
Yay! I'm still waiting for yours, but Canada Post.
No!
not happening. So it might not be here till New Year's. Sorry about that.
You did also say you wanted to make something.
I am possibly
and
making
I'm
something.
confused.
Again,
I
I'm waiting for it to ship.
Still have to bake. I still have to bake. I think I'm going to bake next weekend. Bake. So I'll do lots of baking. Hope you guys have done some shopping, maybe. Have you at least got cool gift wrap?
I don't know. People might be waiting to start shopping in Canada until after the fake GST thing kicks in.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that like in the new year, though?
No, it's like after December 14th.
Oh, right. The
Which
tax,
is like,
the
yeah,
tax.
just the tax for kid shit, which already is missing
you
half
can
the
buy
tax.
books. You can go to restaurants.
Really?
Oh, there's like a whole list.
I just feel bad for all of these places that now have to adjust their taxes.
Uh-huh.
It's not easy to do.
Yeah. So, thanks for listening. It is currently a snowstorm outside. When you're listening, it probably is snowing if you're in Southern Ontario next week, or it might get mild again. I don't remember.
Well, and if Erin's not here next week, she clearly died on the way home.
Yeah.
Jade knows all my passwords now, so she's just getting all my shit.
We would like to hear from you. Please send us an email. Or comment. Be like Cherry Blossom. Comment on literally every episode and I will love you forever because I woke up and was the happiest person ever. And I will respond to you. I promise.
What do you mean?
If you want to email us, again, it can be a blank email. unapologetic_introverts@gmail.com. I thought I said that wrong.
We picked a really fun name, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. It's really fun to spell because I always spell it wrong whenever I'm typing it out.
It's fine.
And yeah, I think that's
it, right?
Yeah.
Follow,
you could tell
subscribe.
us, yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even say that. Make sure you like, rate, subscribe, follow. There's probably another
Share.
word. Click the bell. Share it with your friends. Just like post it in your work chat.
I don't mean the singer. I mean like literally
Yeah.
fucking share it, please.
Please. I can't believe it's almost been a year of podcasting. That is crazy.
Can we still do polls?
Oh yeah.
Make a poll that says, should Erin quit her job and become a tattoo artist?
Okay. Not a lot of
Yes.
people interact with our polls because they're
No.
only on Spotify. So if you're listening somewhere else, go to Spotify, click on the poll. I will make it available for like a month.
Thank you.
I can make it however long I want.
I just need that one person to click yes. So just
I'll fucking go on and click it.
hit yes to quit everything and become tattoo artist.
But not this.
Yeah, fair.
You can't quit this.
You can't-
Sorry.
No, not the podcast. I'm here for the podcast. I
Love
think
the podcast.
I think becoming a tattoo artist would make the podcast that much cooler.
Hell yeah.
Could also put it in my resume.
That is all for us. Hopefully Erin gets home safely. Hope you had
Yes.
a great day, night, afternoon, morning, whenever you're listening. If you're listening on your night shift, Cherry Blossom. Hi. Hello.
Hope it goes quick.
Yeah.
Sorry about night shift.
Yeah, sorry about your luck. But also, like,
maybe they
night
like
shift,
that.
no people.
Yeah, I think that's the benefit of night shift. You
Yeah.
don't have to deal with fucking idiots.
And they get to listen to cool podcasts.
Depends if your coworkers are fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's what headphones are for.
Yep, that's why you're listening to our podcast.
Thank you.
Yes, you have a great rest of your night or
Good-
morning
Or
or day
Or day.
or goodbye.
Have a great life. Goodbye.